Hey guys, welcome to the lab. We're back with some more exclusive content. Joined by my good buddy Joe. Joe, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to talk about our friend JJ and the Austin Gamblers tonight, just because I feel like it was almost a year ago. It was kind of the first time that we were able to kind of get a non-person from the hat community to kind of come on Leon in the lab and just kind of talk about hats, and the fact that JJ was like ex-college baseball player, ex-minor league baseball player, played in the College World Series, went on to kind of, be a CEO of multiple minor league teams, and now is like the CEO of the Austin Gamblers. And to see kind of how much the PBR and this new kind of thing has taken off is really cool, especially because, we kind of talked to JJ kind of before they were kind of getting their merch stuff getting going. And it was cool to see, to see like kind of your, what, you'll tell people about it right now, but like you kind of put together some hats for JJ to look at utilizing their logos. And then here we are a little bit a year later. And, JJ, obviously not a stranger to making hats, because he worked in baseball and made them for the Round Rock Express and the corporate Christi hooks. He called, sent an email, wanted to send you some hats, and, wanted to send me some hats, just because we kind of collaborated on getting them on that show. And it's going to be fun to kind of look back at it and talk about it, and then kind of take a look at the hats and the logo, because I think it's a super cool logo. I wish it was available for creators to use, because I think a lot of people would probably use it, because I think it's super cool.
Yeah, I think the one thing that kind of blows me away, number one, is like how quick time passes by. I think he was like one of my first guests on the show, and I remember having to do a lot of research because I didn't want to blow it, right? So
yeah,
he's super successful. He ran the two teams with Nolan Ryan and his division, Corpus Christi Hooks and the Round Rock Express. Helped them like do stadiums and the business side of it, the merch and all that stuff. So it was like really cool to kick it with him to kind of get his perspective on like the business side of how to run a team and just having access to all the stuff, where he was like, okay, I'll get you in touch with my people. Okay, here are the logos. Here's the brand guidelines. Use this font. Use this color. So it was like really cool to get that experience to, make ads that, fit their brand guidelines. It wasn't just, thrown together. So that was like really cool to that helped me elevate this channel, I think, because I really had to do a lot of prep and make sure that number one, I was representing his brand good, and number two, like ask him meaningful questions. So at the time, I think The Ride had just dropped. They had a whole series on Amazon Prime that I just ended up binging about their season and really getting in depth and learning their sport, learning a new sport too. That was really cool, really interesting. And then hearing his experience about like, the College World Series and being a former player, and then taking that and hooking and doing hats based on that kind of stuff was really fun. And he was super nice, super down to earth. Anything we needed, he never said no about anything. And just
the first time I met JJ was like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, and he was working for the Round Rock Express, and I met him through a friend in Austin, because I happened to be in Austin at a conference. And, like the first thing he said to me was, hey, I want to send you a hat. I'm going to send you a link and you can pick from any of these hats. And like back then my collection was tiny. It was kind of before everything and kind of popped off as far as like fitted hats and stuff. But like they had there was like 50 different hats for me to choose from. So that was like why I immediately, like when you started doing your interviews, I was like, oh, I bet you it would be fun to have JJ on, because he kind of lived and breathed this stuff already before. So it was really cool to kind of, number one, that he said yes, that this was interesting, and then number two, he was so nice. Like you said, it's really cool for you to be able to kind of work with a, one of your third, fourth, maybe fifth shows, you're working with a professional organization with a really cool new sport You got to have that. That's still one of my favorite episodes as far as like, the professionalism that you got to kind of craft within yourself to kind of interview somebody at that level, and the fact that JJ was so open and honest and kind of gave you some good feedback on on your designs. And I think it's really funny that you'll probably be able to pop it up here, in post, but like that one of the designs that you made was kind of for JJ based on the research that you had done about him, because he played in the Phillies organization, and they like at some point, so he'd always kind of been a Philly fan. And then also, like when he played in college at Creighton, they were the Blue Jays and basically used that Blue Jays logo. So you made a hat that was like the Philadelphia Blue Jays, because I guess they had called it. And then, like JJ, we didn't kind of move forward with like making those hats that you had designed. But then I think like almost the exact hat that you kind of showed on that show, I'm not saying anything that anybody like took it, but like something pretty close got released by like another hat store that was a Philadelphia Blue Jays hat. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we can review it. So I kind of took the liberty to just put these in time lapse. So we're gonna pass through real quick. But yeah, so some generic hats we kind of put together using their logos, and Wildman Bill and then the ace, the dead man's hand. I think those are really cool. This is based on Jose Vitor Leme, which is like the best bull rider in the world, and his Brazilian roots and his colors. That was real fun hat to kind of put together. This one is Blue. So his nickname's Blue, but Ezekiel Mitchell, and his out of gambler uniform and what he travels with on his own. We took those colors and put it with the Austin Gamblers logos and insignia. That was real cool. But this whole experience was real fun. And then this is their coach. So we kind of he was like a 6-time Ring of Honor guy. So we just took that logo and made it look like a big old like Texas belt buckle, gold and copper, all that good stuff. But I'm just kind of putting together a package for JJ, and like this is what I would do with your logos, or this is what you could do with your own logos, and just kind of give him the idea and go there. That last one we flash it as the Nolan Ryan, the big text, because of his ties to Nolan Ryan, and this one was a Cowboys hook because of them being in Austin, and obviously the Cowboys being a big thing in Texas. But yeah, I put together a whole like presentation for him. It was like cool to see his reaction, because he had never seen him before. U of Texas right there, colorway.
Yeah.
And then this one was based on the Marines, I believe. And then the Blue Jays, because he played on Creighton, in the Austin Gamblers colors. And then I think last but not least was the Philly one. I think I'm struggling to find it for whatever reason in the episode, but there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he played on Creighton. The Phillies had like a name contest back in the 40s. The Blue Jays ended up winning, so they were the Philadelphia Blue Jays for one year. So I took that color palette, applied it to the Creighton colors, and there's that hat. But yeah, it was just like a really awesome experience to kind of just like role play a little bit and play around, not play around, but like here's like my presentation to your organization, and if I given the chance, these are the hats I would make.
Yeah,
that definitely.
Well, then it was really cool to see that. Like, so then JJ sent the email to you and me saying that, hey, he had actually, he had made some New Era 5950s because of he had worked with his rep and wanted to put out some of these hats for 5950, the documentary that came out. So these hats kind of came out around that same time. So do you have the hats there? Do you want to like show people the hats, and then we could talk about the logo a little bit?
Yeah, let's take a look. So basically, he sent the both over. So me, I love my lime green. The first one is it's got their main logo done, and then the dead man's hand. So
yeah, I feel like that to me, I mean, like some people like truckers, some people don't, but this one's so cool in the sense that that PBR, it's all kind of metallic out in the back. I think this logo is really, really cool. Like I was saying before, it'd be super awesome if if I don't know, I haven't really researched a lot of the other PBR logos or other teams, but I got to assume that, you know, at the couple that I have looked at, it looks like the Gamblers, you know, by far have like kind of the best logo in the PBR. It'd be really cool to see some creators get their hands on it and do some cool things with it.
Exactly. And then this is the second hat they sent me. So
God, you know, I love a rail hat.
A white front panel rail hat, black. Is the black under, so I don't mind them too badly. And I don't prefer them, but you know, I'll make do. And definitely, I'm going to wear this when I'm out there. So that's another thing. I'm going to actually get to experience this sport that I learned about firsthand because I'm going to be in Austin for Gambler Days. So every team in the series hosts all the other teams. So they'll be having, I think, 3 matches. So 3 days of matches, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to be out there for all the 3 days. And then also, they sent me this last year that I had tucked away, and I'll definitely be wearing it when I'm out there. But I got myself a Austin Gamblers jersey.
Oh man, it's right up your alley. It's like a hockey jersey.
Yeah. So basically, this is what they kind of wear. So they just wear like a hockey style jersey. It's got numbers and Texas flags on them. It's official. So
super cool. Who makes the jersey?
So this is a company called Pit Image. I think, funny enough, I think they're out of California because Tony actually recognized the logo, and they're out of California if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's got all the.
Yeah, it's about. I did look at a lot of these jerseys because you showed this to me a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, it made me go kind of look at all the other PBR jerseys, and their jerseys are really cool. You know, obviously it's much more of a Southern thing, but we just got a team in here in New York. I was gonna go, but I'm missing it because I got to go out of town this weekend. But like they're having the New York Mavericks are this weekend at Barclay Center in Brooklyn. That's where they're hosting the Maverick Days. So same thing. So I'm bummed that I'm gonna miss that because it was gonna be fun to see that in person. I'd seen PBR like maybe like 15 years ago when I first got to New York, before they had the teams at Madison Square Garden. But it's like there's nothing like it, man. It's like it's crazy to see these bulls and these athletes on these bulls, and like just that smell of the dirt that they put in the stadium. I'm jealous. You're gonna have a great time in Austin. It's gonna be really fun.
It's a really interesting sport because normally it's like it's singles, right? So it's, you know, you're your own rider, and if you make it to the top or you do very well, you make your own money. But the teams aspect, like you're putting some of the best guys together, and they learn from each other, and they train each other to be better. That's a cool thing. And then also they're part of a team. So there was like a inaugural draft to kind of set the stage of who's going to be on which team to start. And then I think every year they can protect a certain number of players, and then the rest of the players go back into the draft pool, and then they just handle free agency, or they do drafts like that. So it's like a really interesting sport, and you can kind of really follow along and kind of see. I mean, since we've had them on the show, I've been following them, and they win a lot more games than they lose. So I'm really pulling for them to actually. From what I've seen, they've won 2 regular seasons in terms of like the points, but they've yet to win the grand championship. So I'm really pulling for them to.
Yeah, they won the regular season the first 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think they're probably pretty frustrated that they kind of break it up like that. But they have that big one, the big championship in Vegas at the end of the year. So that might be something to target to go for. But I wonder. So like I was trying to find out like I think these like maybe we could show the hats again and then try to show where you could buy them. AustinGamblers.com. I think you can go to you can buy these hats on AustinGamblers.com.
Yeah. So
and there's also all kinds of other really cool merch. I mean, the hats are here are the hats. $45 too. That's awesome. And and they've got some other non 5950 hats here, but they got all these jerseys, a lot of really cool, a lot of like these cool kind of like cowboy like shirts. I'm gonna get in trouble here. I'm gonna just end up making a bunch of rash purchases. But yeah, man, this is like, it was really cool that that kind of marks like a year kind of anniversary from doing the show, and then those hats kind of came, and now you're gonna get to go to Austin and kind of, you know, have a media pass and kind of check that out and do some content. So I think that's gonna be really cool to see when you come back from Austin. And when is that? August 23rd?
I think it's. Let me even confirm.
Yeah, I think it's the 23rd, 24th, and 25th.
Yeah, that sounds right. So Gambler Days, 23rd to the 25th. And I don't know
if there's any hat shops in Austin. Is there any? We ever heard of a hat shop in Austin? Mm-hmm. Maybe they have like a Lids or something there.
Mm-hmm. But the 23rd, I think, to kick it off, Shabuzi's going to perform. So that's really.
Oh, that's cool.
That's so cool. So get to watch Shabuzi perform. So that's going to be the highlight of the week for sure.
Yeah, Austin. I mean, Austin's such a great town. I mean, so much great food, entertainment. The music there is incredible. You're gonna have a great time.
The stand-up scene is getting better too.
Oh, that's right. They got like, you know, Joe Rogan's comedy club down there. Now it's like half the comedians from LA all moved to Austin. Same with New York.
Yeah, it's good for tax purposes, I heard.
Yeah, no state taxes, no state income tax. So this has been awesome. Thanks for having me be part of this. It was you know, really cool, and shout out to JJ and the Austin Gamblers. Thanks so much for the hats, and you know, just for being our buddy. And you know, can't wait to hear back after your trip from Austin. You know, kind of what you learn, and hopefully you might be able to get some interviews with some of these riders.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I'm just so, you know, thankful and blessed that they thought of us, and you know, it's just cool to watch them progress, and kind of see them take it a little bit more serious. I mean, you know, once we saw their initial stuff, that JJ kind of knew, like, yeah, we got to take it to the next level. And I think, you know, they really did that with these two initially, and hopefully there's more styles and colors and logos to play with in the future, because I love this stuff. So
it's awesome.
All right. So for Joe and Leon, thank you very much for watching this. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and like the video. And hopefully if you're in Austin, let us know. Pull up. We'll be up there at
August 23rd through the 25th, Gambler Days.
Exactly. Right here. Peace.
All right. Later.